The forecast for your area. On Thursday, we'll have temperatures in the high 60s with scattered showers. Expect fair skies on Friday and Saturday.
Severe thunderstorms are a possibility today, but we turn our attention first of all to the tropics. And to do that, here's our hurricane expert, John Hope.
Well, thank you very much, Janetta. And we do have our first tropical storm of the season. That's Allison. It formed in the Gulf of Mexico this afternoon. Now, it formed very, very close to shore. It's not a classical tropical system in that the weather is not very symmetrical around it. All the strong winds are north and east of where the center is. Let's go and have a look at what we do have out there. First of all, we'll show you what the latest particulars are. And at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Allison was centered at 28.3, 94.7. And that is 80 miles south-southeast of Galveston. Top wind 60 miles an hour and moving toward the north at 13. Now you can see it's already pretty close to the coast, and that means that the center is going inland this evening, we should believe. And it's very important to realize that once the center goes inland, that this system isn't going to get any stronger. We could see a little bit of strengthening before landfall, but we don't think very much. In the meantime, tropical storm warnings are in effect from Sargent, Texas, that's west of Galveston, to Morgan City, Louisiana. That simply means that you're likely to get some winds in excess of 40 miles an hour along with heavy rain. This is what it looks like on our satellite picture, and you can see very dry air, the center right about there, and already getting dry air coming up behind it. So we're just talking here about a few more hours before this center makes landfall. And we can see that on the radar too. There's still some very heavy rain offshore south of Galveston, but that is going to be moving up over there in the next 3 hours, and by later on tonight we would think you would see a situation there beginning to taper off quite a bit. The main impact of the storm we think is going to be rain, and there is where we think the heaviest rain area will be, southern Louisiana, and some substantial rains all the way up into the northern part of Louisiana. In the meantime, we're going to continue to see some high seas out there. We think around the east side the seas will be up to 15, 18 feet, something of that nature. And then the storm surge moving into the coast, that's not going to be very much, something like 2 to 4 feet. So we'll continue to bring you frequent updates here. Again, it's a tropical storm. It's not a hurricane. Top wind 60 miles an hour, little or no strengthening expected. That's the tropics for this time. Now back to Janetta.
Thanks so much, John. We are watching another entity, and that is a front that's stalled out across the midsection of the country. It's going to provide us with more strong thunderstorms. We may even see some watches later on this afternoon. Dr. Greg Forbes is telling us that ahead of this dry line, separating the drier air from the warm, moist air coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, we could see some really big-time thunderstorms igniting this afternoon and tonight. So this will be one trouble zone. The other one would be right in here from parts of Virginia into North Carolina. So just want to give you a heads up there. But likelihood of strong thunderstorms across the southeast and into the Midwest is high. Those dew point temperatures are very high, as you can see, and that means plenty of moisture in place for more action this afternoon. Now, where we see the red shading, that's going to be a big trouble spot today.
If you're concerned about higher utility bills, remember, there's a solution within reach. A beautiful Hunter ceiling fan can cut your summer cooling costs by up to 40%. Hunter, saving money never looked so good. It's our quietest, most powerful motor ever, designed to help you save up to 40% on summer cooling bills. The patented Air Max motor, only in Hunter ceiling fans. Hunter, quiet for life.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe, activated by the water that you and I drink. It's Mother Nature approved, then it's safe on your colored fabrics. Use it on carpets. OxyClean seeks out organic stains, pet stains, food stains that get down into the matting, into the padding. It even takes red wine and grape juice out of white carpeting. It cleans, it brightens, and eliminates odors all at the same time. Don't just get it clean. Get it OxyClean. Make a paste, make it 10 times as powerful. The longer you let it set, the easier it is. It'll whiten your grout and get rid of your toughest stains. Sometimes soaking is the solution. If you use bleach, you ruin your clothes. OxyClean won't hurt the material, even lace. It has the power of bleach without the damaging side effects of chlorine. When your laundry detergent just isn't enough, supercharge it with OxyClean. 1 scoop in every load of laundry, it'll make your white.
The warm side of your day. Robin Stevens weather. Weeknights 7 and 10 Eastern on CN8 News. CN8, powered by Comcast.
Tonight at 9. Now your local forecast. Currently, the temperature is 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. The forecast for your area. On Thursday, we'll see a chance of rain. Look for fair skies on Friday. And on Saturday, expect mostly cloudy skies.
A tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico, a tornado in Texas, and severe weather throughout the Midwest and the Southeast. I'm Nick Walker, and thanks for joining us on Storm Watch. Let's update you now on Tropical Storm Allison. This is, of course, the first tropical storm in the Atlantic hurricane season, and it is very close now to the coast of Texas near Galveston. The latest stats show it 35 miles south of Galveston, Texas, with winds in the center of 60 miles an hour, moving toward the north at 12, and the central pressure of 29.59 inches. There are tropical storm warnings from Sargent, Texas, over to Morgan City, Louisiana. This is the area anticipated to get probably the greatest impact of wind. However, a large area is going to see impact from rain, and that, in truth, will be the biggest impact from this. Our Dr. Greg Forbes has said there are Doppler estimates of winds up about 45 miles an hour, inbound winds headed into the Galveston area, so winds not as much of a factor as the rain. We anticipate on getting probably anywhere between 4 and 8 inches of rain out of this, maybe 4 inches tonight and another 4 on top of it tomorrow. So as you might guess, there are flash flood watches in effect for southeastern Texas on into the southern portions of Louisiana in anticipation of all that rain. And of course, it has been heavy and continues to be heavy and will continue to impact this area on into tomorrow as well. We're also watching severe weather along this warm front from Virginia all the way back into Kansas and along the dry line here in Texas, where we have severe thunderstorm watches here for the panhandle of Texas, a tornado watch for western Oklahoma and southern Kansas. Severe thunderstorm watches across Indiana and into Virginia and North Carolina, too. This storm right here has prompted a tornado warning for Hall, Motley, and Briscoe County. Now, this tornado warning, I should say, has been extended now on until about 5:15, and golf ball size hail has been reported out of this, and a storm spotter did report a tornado earlier near Valley Schools, about north of Valley Schools. Into Kansas. Pratt and Barber County, you are under severe thunderstorm warnings right now. On into Illinois, Clinton County, Indiana, Sullivan County under severe thunderstorm warnings right now. We'll continue to see some heavy rain, gusty winds, possibly up to around 60 miles an hour, and some possible hail out of these storms. And a lot of rain, too. I mean, we've already had plenty of it here, and on top of what's already been falling with this saturated ground, we're going to get some flooding. Flash flood watches in effect for portions of Kansas, across Missouri, and on into Illinois and Indiana as well. Now, we're also seeing some severe weather here in portions of Virginia. Bedford County here in the western portion of the state, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. And into West Virginia, it is Greenbrier County under a warning right now. We'll keep you updated on all the severe weather throughout this region and, of course, Tropical Storm Allison coming up on Weather Center.
Let's take a trip back to a time when memories and music were made to last. Now, Cornerstone Promotions brings you Rockin' Instrumentals, featuring 34 of your all-time jukebox favorites. These are the songs that bring back magical memories. Instrumental music at its best. Tunes that blasted from your car radios. Here are the songs that made cruising so much fun. So many fun-filled hits.
Victims, what can be done? Join us for AIDS 20 years later on the next Real Life, tomorrow 5 Eastern on CN8.
Local forecast on the Weather Channel. Currently, the temperature is 71 degrees under cloudy skies. Forecast. On Thursday, we'll see a chance of rain. Look for fair skies on Friday. And on Saturday, expect mostly cloudy skies.
It is time now for Storm Watch here on the Weather Channel. We're going to start with the tropical update. And yes, 5 days into the Atlantic hurricane season, we have our first tropical storm of the year, Tropical Storm Allison. Here are the latest coordinates for you. These coordinates put it close to Galveston, pretty much moving onshore right now. Sustained winds down from 60 down to about 40 knots or 45 miles per hour, moving north at 6 miles per hour. And the pressure has risen slightly, which it typically does when this tropical system makes landfall. We do have tropical storm warnings up along the coast of parts of Texas and Louisiana, from Morgan City, Louisiana, westward along the coast, including Galveston Bay, heading on towards Sargent, Texas. And if you take a look at the satellite and radar, if they put the circulation right about here, you notice that the bulk of the moisture with this storm north and east of the center of circulation. So San Antonio not being affected, Victoria, Corpus, South Padre Island not being affected in terms of directly with the rain from this system. But the heavy rain is the biggest problem. And also, anytime you have a tropical system interact with land, we have the risk and the threat of tornadoes. So you always have to be vigilant. Already reports of funnel clouds throughout the evening around Galveston Bay and around Freeport as well. Reports of tornadoes in Brazoria and Fort Bend counties earlier this evening. And we're still seeing plenty of heavy rain, the heaviest rain on the north side of town and the east side of town, also moving in throughout the piney woods of East Texas. And also we had plenty of rain throughout the day in parts of Louisiana, catching some breaks now around Lafayette and Lake Charles. But we still have flash flood watches up for much of southern Louisiana and southeastern Texas. Now back here, stateside or mainland side in the plains, we are concerned with severe weather. Tornado watches up for parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and in parts of Texas tonight.
This program was sponsored by Chrysler. We're reinventing the passion for driving.
Over 17 years ago, the Chrysler minivan was born. A vehicle so revolutionary, it quickly became part of the American landscape. Today, the re-engineered and redesigned Chrysler Voyager continues to define the shape of family travel. Even with innovations like dual sliding doors and over 45 standard safety and security features, it's still the most affordable minivan you can buy. Now get a $2,000 cash allowance or 0.9% APR financing on Chrysler Voyager.
If only your house could talk, what would it say?
I was once the queen of the neighborhood, one of its finest Victorian houses, and now I'm going to be again.
Only Lowe's has American tradition paint. Colors so authentic, so durable. The National Trust uses American tradition to paint some of the country's historic treasures.
It's amazing what a little paint will do.
Lowe's. Improving home improvement.
Can't stand the scorching heat, but you love the outdoors? Slip on the personal cooling system to keep cool and comfortable all summer. A patented design exclusively from Sharper Image, the personal cooling system keeps your body...